Hey yo, Ram fam! Welcome to NACE Night 1 for Overwatch 2. My name is Crab Clown Jimmy. I will be your host tonight, and joining me is another one of our Overwatch players, Sabbatical. He will be calling play-by-play with me tonight for our very first NACE match in Overwatch 2. Now, we have a lot of fun stuff planned for this stream. Being our very first one, we're going to be dropping a lot of links to our socials, a lot of things we're very proud of that we want you to follow us on, and we'll be giving some more clarity about that as well. If you haven't already, be sure to follow and share this stream. We can't wait to get to know you, the CIU student body, and any of our other fans who are out and about and watching as well. The game does kick off in about 5 minutes, but here with me, like I said, is Grandmaster player Sabbatical. He is on the Overwatch team. He is currently captain of our Overwatch Blue team and has had the opportunity to sub for this team in the past. Sabbatical, tell me a little bit about what happened with our Overwatch team in the spring season. Tell me a little bit about their record and what we might expect tonight.
I mean, last season was awesome. I mean, we went almost like flawless in NACE last season. Had plenty of tourneys that we were like top 3. I mean, last season we went into it like a no-name school. No one knew who we were. I mean, it's a big deal to take D1 schools and compete like at that level. It is insane to come in first season being able to do that.
We certainly have a lot to be proud of. In addition to competing against D1 schools, we had the opportunity to play against and win against some Ivy League schools as well in the playoff. Do you remember some of those teams and how some of those matches went?
Even our opening when we had Clemson, we absolutely destroyed Clemson. We've had other ones, like other Ivy League schools that we've like absolutely like destroyed or like competitively like we're matched with. I mean, we competed really well, in my opinion.
Now, for some of our first-time viewers for whom Overwatch is a pretty new game, tell us what it means to be at the Grandmaster and the top 500 level. What does that mean in terms of competitive matchmaking rank?
Oh my goodness, the game completely changes once you hit Grandmaster in this game. It's a different ball game. It comes from like major gameplay decisions to minor ones, just small movements, missteps, misclicks. It's the small things that matter at this kind of level.
And for the top 500 players, what exactly does that mean? If an Overwatch player tells you, I'm in the top 500, what exactly does that mean?
They are in the top 500 of the country. So the US, they are top 500 players. I think Overwatch has a current of like 5,000 plus at least daily players.
Okay.
That's a huge deal.
That is. Now, the top 500 is specific to a player's role, correct? So we have tank roles, support roles, and DPS, damage per second roles. If you are a top 500 tank, that means that you're within the top 500 of the United States, or the continent, rather, North America. Sound right?
That is correct.
Excellent. So tonight, your starting Overwatch Gold lineup is Zest, captain of Overwatch Gold. Next, we have Slugman, who is going to be our tank. How's your day on DPS? Kibbs, starting freshman on support, and Winter, a returning player on support. Super high talent. I am super excited to see how this game goes against UHD Gators. It looks like they're making lobby now, and we're getting ready to see a little bit of action. Now, Sabbatical, I am not an Overwatch player, so I'm leaning on you really hard to clarify the map rules, exactly what the difference between King of the Hill and Push is for a lot of our first-time viewers, because we're going to need a little bit of clarity. Are you here for that?
Always.
Excellent. I've really appreciated you taking up the leadership for our Overwatch Blue team. Now, we didn't fill the Overwatch Blue roster to compete in NACE this semester. We will be hopefully filling that roster to play in the spring semester, and you have really come in clutch. If you're just joining us in the stream, our very first Overwatch game is going to start here in just a few minutes. We have eyes on the lobby. It looks like both teams are getting ready to ready up. And then the action will kick off here in just a minute, at which time I'll lean on Sabbatical pretty hard to tell us exactly what's going on. But if you haven't already, be sure to follow the stream. Follow CIU Rams Esports on Twitch. next week and the week after, we will start live streaming. In addition to our Overwatch Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, we will have Rocket League Mondays at 7 o'clock and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Thursdays at 7 o'clock. That's right. Instead of 2 live streams a week, we are going to 3. We've added the 3rd title in Super Smash Bros. We are super excited about that. We have a full roster that's also competing in NACE and 4v4 crew battles, and we will see that showcased at the end of September. But for now, be sure to follow us on Twitch. If you're on campus, tell your buddies the game is starting. We are super hype and super excited to get started here any minute. Right before we get started, let's have a quick look at our standings. Now, we were seeded in NACE Star League. We were seeded in the top of the East 5 Conference. That's going to come up on screen for you right now. Just beneath us, we had Georgia Bulldogs, who came in beneath us. We will be playing them around the 7th or 8th match of this season. And then Co-College after them, seeded number 3. Beyond that, we have Iowa Hawkeyes, Dakota State, Sioux Cougars, Ringling, Armadillos, and UHD Gators, who we are playing tonight. University of Houston Downtown Gators. If you are a Gators fan, you're hanging out in chat, we're glad to have you here. Be sure to tell your friends. We can't wait to see the action. But CIU Rams, as Sabbatical said before, top 500 players. We are really bringing the heat tonight. And Sabbatical, we're leaning on you for the play-by-play, man. It's going to be a super fun night.
Yeah, can't wait. Starting off the first map with a Koth, King of the Hill. I think it'll be exciting.
Now, as we're looking at these overlays up top, Sabbatical, tell us a little bit about what we see. CIU is the blue team on the left, and UHD is red team on the right. Tell us about Koth, King of the Hill. What should we expect with these meters and HUDs at the top of our screen?
So, each team will start in their spawn and go to compete this little circle right in the middle. The 2 percentages on the sides will show you how far they are to capping the point, and the zeros on the outside without percentages are their points to the maps. It will be a best of 3, so let's get it started. Both teams immediately coming in strong. Best, of course, on his classic Pharah with the Mercy Pocket. I can see UHD has control of the point, yet is not unlocked. So they're getting no progress, but have control of the point.
And it looks like they have control, and it's unlocking now. It's contested by 1 CIU player. How do you gain control? Do you just have to surround this point?
So as long as you have complete control, there are no other enemy players on the point, you will cap it.
Got it. And being capped means that we will fill up the complete meter and move on to the next stage of this fight.
Indeed. I can see Zest has his ult already with a quick 2 picks. 3 picks from Zest. And just like that, the map is flipped. We now have control of the point fully.
We have it back. That was a total team KO for CIU on the aggressive there, completely wiping out UHD here in the first few minutes of the match. Well done, CIU Overwatch.
That shows just the power of one ultimate. How fast it can change the tide of battle.
And you said that ultimate came from Zest. What would the viewers have seen in that context when he performed that ultimate?
So when Zest does that, he does a Pharah barrage, or like a barrage of missiles.
It looks like we're on our way to seeing it again. I see a lot of red deaths on the right-hand side there. That's 4 total.
Another team wipe for CIU. A huge pulse bomb to start the fight from How's Your Day. Another awesome ult.
We have a lot of action here in the first few minutes. Sabbatical, I'm so thankful to have your expertise here as a Grandmaster player, helping the viewers understand exactly what it is they're seeing. Now, if you're not an Overwatch player, there's a lot happening on screen here. Right now, we have the POV of one of the UHD Gators players, Zell, and we are watching him fight back against CIU. Your CIU Esports Rams are the blue team here in this context. We are hoping those blue numbers rise faster. But here to make it clear for us is Grandmaster player Sabbatical. He is a tank and team captain for the Overwatch blue team.
Another quick team kill for our our CIU Rams.
Now, how long will a King of the Hill, a Koth battle last on average? Now, this one appears to be a little one-sided. What should the viewers expect in terms of a full-length battle for Koth tonight?
It usually depends, but one-sided maps like these usually can be anywhere from like 10 minutes, or if it's more contested or the map's a little bit difficult, can range anywhere to like 20 minutes. It really does depend, but looking at what we have now, it'll probably be a quicker one here.
Is there anything about this team composition that is really putting all of this into CIU's favor? What's happening right now that is allowing us to take so much advantage of this fight?
Mostly it has to do with Zest being far, right? He has complete air superiority over the enemy team, who has almost no way of competing them other than their new switches to Echo and Soldier. Zest has been known to be able to take care of Echoes though, so I don't think that poses too much threat. And with How's Your Day being Tracer, he can really deal with that Soldier on the ground.
Very well said. It looks like we took that first point. Now, is this second round also going to be King of the Hill? Same map, different map? Tell us what we're looking at.
So this is going to second round of Koth, which is be a best of 3. So if CIU wins this, we win this entire map. We'll move on to the next game mode. This is the, like, how do I want to say? You should expect pretty much the same thing. I think CIU will run a pretty similar, if not the same comp.
Well said, well said. Shout out to Timex Trick Shot in the chat. Thank you for asking the question. CIU Overwatch Gold is all top 500 players, with many of those players having peaked in the top 100 ranking. We're very, very proud of this team. We know they bring a lot of high talent and aggressive play. They're scrimming 5 nights a week. And when they miss, they try to make up for it. In fact, one of the bigger, larger points of tension on the team is, can we scrim more? I see it all the time in chat. And as their coach, I'm always encouraged to see them putting forth the effort to continually getting better. Again, seeded very, very high in the NACE regular season.
Zest almost wipes the entire team during that fight. This is what I mean. Zest has almost complete reign over the entire map with the Pharah pick.
Now, Sabbatical, if you happen to be watching, if you were in the room with UHD tonight, seeing that they are having a lot of heat against them right now, what are some things you would say to them to make them change and adjust in light of CIU's superiority in this fight?
Honestly, some of their picks are really good, but maybe a Mercy to go along with their Echo from earlier to help suppress Zest a little bit more. Maybe keep some more pressure on him. The Cass pick was a good pick against the ball, but now that Zelos has switched to Hog, he almost negates Cass's abilities.
And Zelos, for the purpose of context, is Sugman 5. He goes by a variety of names. He is our tank for Overwatch Gold Team. Zelos, Sugman 5 being the same person, and he's moved to Hog, a new character. Is that right?
That is correct, yes. And I think that's the deal with this Doomfist on the enemy team, the big guy with the big fist.
I love that that one was named so accurately. Let's call him Doomfist. He has big hands.
Simplicity works, am I right?
That's right. Make it clear to all the first-time viewers as well. So we've just captured that objective again. Is that correct? We've unlocked it?
That is correct. This one seems to be a little bit closer. Last round we had like almost the entire point with them only having a few percentages. But now, as you can see, it's a little bit more contested. As UHD has tried to kind of change their team composition around our players, it's come a little bit closer. Zest getting an early pick with the Barrage. Sugman getting a pick on their Lucio here. And you see the ults start to come out. We got the high noon from the enemy Cassidy, Zerov. a quick save from our Ana Winter on our Hog for the Nano. A huge pick by Zest against the enemy soldier who used his ultimate.
Looking pretty one-sided right now in CIU's favor.
It's looking really good for CIU.
Here's the overtime.
He has the overtime chance.
This is an opportunity for Red to get it back, right?
An opportunity that has fortunately passed.
It has concluded. CIU takes 2 out of 3. That means they win this first map. That's essentially the first game won. And in this best of 5 series, we are going into the second map. Here's play of the game by team captain Zest. You know he's feeling good after that today, Sabbatical.
Oh, for sure. I bet he's feeling really good. He's had great plays, awesome picks. I bet he's having a good time.
Yeah, very, very proud of him for his hard work in leading this team and helping organize a lot of these scrimmages, helping recruit many of the new players and playing such a huge part in keeping us organized. He's also our graduate assistant. He is a Master's of Counseling student here at Columbia International University. And as head coach, I lean on him so heavily to help me stay organized, keep the arena in tip-top shape, and really be a voice for the students like you, Sabbatical, and many others where there are needs and resources. Zest really steps up. And tonight, he's playing particularly well also.
That is true. However, I agree with Audios in the chat that a Widow from Zest would be amazing to see. Some even compare him to Petal for our more, how do I want to say, experienced Overwatch viewers.
Now, is there a particular protocol when it comes to map selection? Is it selected according to the conference, or do we expect the other team, having lost this first map, to select the game mode and the map in tandem? What should we expect?
So as the maps go on and like whoever wins and decides maps, whoever wins gets to decide which side they're on, so defense or attack. However, the objective changes as each round goes on. So the first map was King of the Hill. We are now into payload, or capture the point and then payload, or hybrid mode is what it's called. So the attacking side will capture a point like we saw in King of the Hill, and then they will push a payload to a certain objective.
And the way that they push it,
I can hold. Sorry.
No, excuse me. So the way that they push it is they have to stand in close proximity to it, right? They have to keep the fight around this thing, which causes it to move forward. Do I understand correctly?
That is correct.
Watch out, Sabbatical. I'm on my way to becoming an Overwatch player.
Oh, for sure. I think at least gold. At least. At this level of understanding. That's all it requires.
That's right. I'll come out strong as a gold player. I might impress you guys. Now, stick around for the end of the stream. We will have Captain Zest on mic here to share a few things with us regarding the team comp and the first match overall. But thank you guys for joining us in chat, CIU student body. We have, I think, Rich the Kid, one of our Overwatch live casters in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We are glad and thankful for you. And if you just got here, CIU Overwatch Gold just finished and won the first map. We are going into the second one, and Sabbatical is going to give us all the details, who's here with me tonight, on what that looks like in just a minute. Now, it looks like lobby is open and the fight's underway. Let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend.
Looks like in this fight, CIU Gold is going to be the red team.
So we'll be on the attack this time for our first round. Oh, unfortunate pick against Zest. However, our how's your day also gets a pick on the enemy tank.
And talk to me a little bit about how's your day. This is a longtime personal friend of yours. His name is Aiden Wiggins. Tell us a little bit about his transition to DPS this fall. Wasn't last year, wasn't he on support and he's on DPS this year? Is that correct?
That is correct. So we used to play in high school, and he started as a DPS and came to CIU and became a support player for our team as it fit, just to fill a position and like be there for the team. He picked up the support role, and this season he actually gets to play DPS, which is like his original, and he's really excited to be able to play DPS again. And I think he's showing his mettle here. A huge team kill for CIU.
Well done, team. Well done. We fill up the meter and we're about to win this first objective, yes?
Yes, and then we'll be able to move this payload.
Now, for first-time Overwatch viewers, again, many folks who haven't played this game before struggle to follow a lot of the UI that's happening here. We're looking at the top. CIU, your red team right now, has to surround this point of interest so that it moves. They have to escort it forward. You see, according to the map right now, we have 3, 4 toggling back and forth, pushing it forward. We get points as we pass those diamonds. Is that right?
That is correct. We get checkpoints so that we get close to respawns when we die or things like that. And the timer for our so we have a time limit, and when we get those diamonds in the top, our time limit gets longer. So we have more time to push.
Well done. So this is a very, very dynamic fight. Blue team, University of Houston downtown, will be obviously trying to contest. They can't push it backwards. They can only stop it. Is that right as well?
That is correct. It can be pushed backwards if it is not pushed like in a certain amount of time.
I see.
But for the most part, it does move forward.
And at this time, we have 3 minutes, 45 seconds to get to that first checkpoint, at which point we get a little bit more time. And if we hit the gold checkpoint, tell me what happens there, Sabbatical.
So if we hit the gold checkpoint, we win this match, and we get full points. So to cap point is 1, to get to the checkpoint is 2, and to get to the last one is 3. So we get a full mark of 3 points. And if we only make it to the second diamond, we only get 2. So then it's up to the team UHD to get, when they attack, to do the same thing or better.
It looks like CIU is just trying to ride their way to that first checkpoint, playing pretty stealthily here. What am I reading in this lull of battle here?
Nice pick. They actually got the jump on UHD. A few great picks from Sugman.
Looks like that first checkpoint's unfolded.
Indeed, we have first checkpoint, and we have gained more time in our time bank.
This is going much quicker than I anticipated, Sabbatical. Tell us a little bit about Sugman being on the aggressive there a moment ago. A couple of picks from him. Sugman is Harry Potter, his real name, no joke. He is a graduate student here at CIU in the Master of Business Administration, and arguably has some of the longest time on record in this game. Is that right?
That is correct. I think he has the most hours on the game on the CIU roster.
Wow. And it shows. A reliably talented player, obviously doing a good job here. Another almost total team kill. Kibbs, Zest, and How's Your Day doing a great job to put down Blue.
Indeed.
We're almost done here.
They're being an oppressive force. Just a small touch from UHD. Keeps the point alive just a little bit longer. This is a very intense fight. This means like win or loss here for UHD. Sugman with a huge ultimate from Ramatra. This allows him to control the point while also doing damage.
Okay. And you see Sugman having the higher health in the bottom left of your screen there. The tank just being a literal tank, a heavy hitter with high tolerance for pain and punishment. This fight is one of the most aggressive fights we've seen in this match so far because everything is hinging right now. If CIU gets to that gold mark, Will UHD have the opportunity to also become the aggressor, or is it over, Sabbatical?
So they will have the next round to do the same thing. They will be attacking like we are this round.
So they get the opportunity no matter what.
Yes.
And we have it. Full 3 points. Well done, CIU Overwatch Gold.
Score 0.
Now it'll be UHD's turn to try and get either the same amount, get the full cap, or will it be over before they can get to that 3 marks like CIU?
And you were saying earlier, if we hold them back from getting the cap, getting to the first checkpoint, and obviously the second checkpoint, if we hold them back, we retain all the points and we win. We could literally keep them at 0 for the duration of the next 10 minutes. Is that right?
That is correct. That could happen. And we could walk away with this without them getting a point. That is correct.
I'm like so glad that you're here. As a non-Overwatch player, all I can do is spectate and hype up our boys. But to have a Grandmaster player on the microphone, Sabbatical, I'm so thankful for you. You're clarifying so much and making this a really fun time for both me and I'd say for the viewers.
I try my best.
Good to see you. Hey.
The end draws near.
Hello. Hey. Hello. 5, 4. Hey. It's about to get real. 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend.
All right, CIU Overwatch Gold, your red team for this battle. They are on the defense, if I understand correctly. They don't want this payload to move at all. So they're going to do everything they can to keep blue team highly suppressed. If they unlock it, that means if it's contested by the blue team, it will unlock and start moving. But we are hoping that doesn't happen, which may actually be happening right now.
Oh my goodness, that happened very quickly.
That's a little alarming for the CIU Rams that they lost its position that quickly. Very unlike them so far in this battle.
Indeed. I think it might have been a lack of communication, honestly. It might have just been someone wanted to but couldn't, or just got off of the objective before it was able.
I mean, we just gave it back to them with that team kill, so very suddenly that point of interest is going nowhere.
However, it might actually work to UHD's unfavor, honestly, having CIU right at their doorstep walking out of their respawn.
Yeah, that's a hard way to wake up right there, man.
Indeed.
Thank you, Gingy44, for this Prime subscription. So thankful for your support of the CIU Esports Rams. We hope you guys have had a chance to follow us on socials. If you've missed any of the action so far, all of these VODs do go up on our YouTube channel in just a few days. We have the Esports kickoff that happened last week, and we have that VOD that'll be going up on YouTube later this week, in addition to this one, in addition to Rocket League and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, whose matches start in about 2 weeks. But right now, your CIU Overwatch Gold team is totally suppressing that payload. It's not moved a single inch, just not far at all.
UID, however, is getting a hard push here, with the possibility of being able to move it finally after being held in their spawn.
Well, they still have 4.5 minutes in which to do it. Now, tell me a little bit about the timer that remains on red side. What is the 2 minute, 1 second we see there? Does that have anything to do with overtime? Tell me a little bit about that HUD.
So, our Esports Rams got to the final objective with 2 minutes remaining. So we have 2 minutes of extra time if we have to attack again. So, if we don't hold UHD here fully, and they do cap to those 3 points, CIU will have 2 minutes to get to the first objective and move the payload.
Well said, super, super clear. Now, we got a lot of first-time chatters in the CIU Twitch stream. Perspectives Gaming, welcome to the chat. Fractural, welcome to the chat. Gecko5018, welcome to the chat. Thank you guys so much for your support. We're so glad to have you here in the first CIU Overwatch Gold NACE match against University of Houston downtown. Sabbatical is with me, Grandmaster player and captain of CIU Overwatch Gold, and is helping explain to a lot of first-time viewers exactly what it is we're looking at. If you're not an Overwatch player, there's a lot happening on screen right here. If you are an Overwatch player, you can see that blue team pushed that payload a little further than we anticipated. They did come out strong in this second go.
That is true. They still have this first objective to go, and it might be a good hold here.
I feel like the action's really turned up here. I think UHD knows what's on the line. They know they have to make up for those 3 points. They know they've got the one from unlocking it, and they're very, very, very close to getting that second point and that first checkpoint.
Yes, they have hit the aggression button this round.
Another first-time chat from Lonnie the Beast. Welcome to CIU Rams Esports. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't already, be sure to follow this stream. We have more and more action coming up in weeks to come. Just a little bit further to go for UHD to get that second point and that first red checkpoint there. Hopefully CIU can hold them back.
Looking good. Zest has actually switched over to the Pharah now over the Reaper, just to further push this supremacy that they couldn't handle in the first round.
With just under 2 minutes left, UHD has that amount of time in order to get there. Otherwise, this match is over and CIU takes the map. Is that right?
That is correct. And CIU is looking very good with another huge ult from Zest here. I think it just shows his superiority with the Pharah.
Everything comes down to this last minute. If they can't close the door on that next checkpoint, they will run out of time. But if UHD can get to the checkpoint, that is push this payload a little bit further to hit that red diamond in the HUD above, which may or may not happen all of a sudden. We are running out the clock here with less than 60 seconds.
Zest with almost a full team kill, with the Kibs stealing the final kill as Mercy. We love to see Mercy with the blaster out.
Gibbs, Hunter Phillips, first-time freshman joining the CIU Overwatch CIU Overwatch Gold roster. What just happened? Oh my
What a
gosh.
sneaky maneuver! Zest with the line of sight. Just as soon as they walk through the doorway, hitting with a quick barrage.
Oh
Stops
wow!
all momentum. That's what I mean, man. Zest's Pharah is just on a different level.
He is certainly showcasing a lot of that top 500 skill here this evening. And with less than 10 seconds to go, it looks like map number 2 does go to CIU Overwatch Gold. Let's see how it plays out. The hottest the battle's ever been. We're in overtime. The clock is out.
This is make or break right here. As an unfortunate loss for UHD, just 3 meters short of the next checkpoint to get more time.
And you saw them turn up the battle. It got really hot. It got really heavy right there in the last 5 seconds, and certainly in overtime. Zest with another play of the game, and let's watch it unfold.
A huge pulse bomb from Zest. Zest with the huge team plays here.
No doubt, second or third of the night for sure. And just showcasing a lot of that top 500 skill. Very, very thankful to have him on the team. Now, as I was mentioning, Kibbs, Hunter Phillips, first-time freshman, joining us on the CIU Overwatch Gold roster from Knoxville, Tennessee. We know this guy puts in a lot of hours. Zest tells me that he is one of the hungriest players for scrims. I hear it from him all the time. Are we scrimming tonight? Are we scrimming tonight? Somebody got sick. We had to cancel. Can we make it up? Let's scrim anyway. And when he's not scrimming, he is live streaming himself, doing his best to stay as a contender on the CIU Overwatch Gold team. Now, we've just taken the second map. Clarify for me once more, Sabbatical. The second map is over. Will UHD be in charge of selecting the third mode and map, or how exactly does that work? One more time for me.
So I believe UHD will get to choose the map, and CIU will get to choose the side, I believe, is how this will work. So the objective will change again. I believe it will be either escort, which will be the escort, like you will be escorting a giant robot,
Okay.
or it will probably be push, or well, that is push. Sorry, payload mode again.
Got
But
it. It's great.
even Zest doesn't know as he's looking at the rule book as well.
Yeah, there is a lot to take into consideration in playing for Nace Star League. There are rules and regulations, and it looks like we are going to a Flashpoint map. Is that correct?
A flashpoint. That is actually a new mode introduced last season, and has actually been quite interesting. It is a King of the Hill-esque type, but the point moves, and
Oh, wow.
and we'll have to see it as it goes. I'll try to explain it as best as I can.
Looks like the teams are asking for some clarity from the NACE moderators to ensure that we pick a map that is suitable for both teams. One way that we honor the opponent is to ensure that they understand where we're going before we go there. And Zest, CIU Overwatch Gold captain, is going to be reaching out to NACE over Discord just to clarify that we can select these next maps because, as Sabbatical said, Flashpoint is new into the roster with the most recent update, and of course, now NACE has implemented it in there. It does change the rules just a little bit. As Sabbatical said, it's going to feel very Koth, very King of the Hill, but that target point, that objective moves, it relocates. And that is a really, really big deal in terms of what we're doing here. Now, for our first time chatters on the Twitch stream, thank you so much for jumping in here. The Tree Snake, welcome in. Little Pot Hocket, good to see you. And Gravewet, thank you guys for all coming in to check out what's what. If you've missed any of the action so far, it will go up on our YouTube channel. We will be dropping links in the chat momentarily so that you can get caught up. But for now, our teams, CIU Overwatch Gold and UHD, are clarifying what map to go to next. Stay tuned. We'll have an update for you in just a moment. And we're back. It looks like Flashpoint is and was approved by our NACE moderators. We are excited to showcase this a little bit. Now, this will actually be my first time ever watching a Flashpoint match. Sabbatical, I'm going to lean on you pretty hard, man. You're going to have to clarify for me what my eyes are seeing for the first time. Let's get a little camera action on this, see what this map looks like. It's certainly a beautiful game, but help us identify with our eyes what this objective looks like, and if it moves, how will we know?
So it's similar to Koth, right? So we have this center objective that we will have to capture, and the percentages will go up just like the first map that we saw. And whoever gets to 100% will get that little blue or red diamond on the sides of those percentages, and it will be also a best of 3. However, the map does not change at this best of 3, and each team has a chance to get said point as it changes from different sides of the map. Quick pause.
Looks like we had a call for pause, and we are going to see exactly what's taking place here. As we read the chat, we will keep you updated on this next set of games. Again, this is a newer map for the Overwatch community, especially in the competitive realms. We want to ensure that everything is fair, everyone understands the rules, and give everyone the opportunity to create the exact team comp they need in order to perform well. Sabbatical, in your mind, as a regular competitive player, what team composition makes the most sense for something like this? Or are there a variety of options?
Something this would be great with something that's fast. Something like Brawl is like very quick, that you get the quick damage, the team fights that lets you get in close, really quick competitive comps. Things like Lucio, to help speed boost. All these things are huge in maps like this, where you have great ranges to get to different sides of the map, and it's a big deal to have fast-paced movement in this kind of mode.
So we want to come out fast. We want to come out aggressive. Will we know where this checkpoint is, where this point of interest is ahead of time, or do we have to spawn into the map and go find it first?
So it will show up on the map, but it only shows up when you spawn.
I see. And upon capturing it, filling out one diamond, it will then relocate, and then both teams have to transition into finding it again and defending it. Yes?
That is correct.
Your CIU Esports Rams, your Overwatch team, they are the red team right here, dancing around in lobby, waiting for that 6-7 seconds to run out so they can go find, defend, and slay one more time. UHD defending this first go. Well, I guess everyone's on the attack, right?
Yep. It's a battle. It's a battle. Whoever gets to it first.
And then keeps it. Well said. I'm honestly very excited to see this one. This one's very new to me. I can't wait to see it actually unfold in a competitive context, especially with the talent that CIU is showcasing here. Now, we don't know anything yet. It looks like we just lost Zest. Zeroff from UHD brought Zest down. CIU not having a particularly strong start, but our support players are bringing the HP back. Let's see exactly where this is. Help me identify it, Sabbatical. If you see that checkpoint, point it out for us.
So as you can see, CIU has immediately hopped onto the point and got our percentages going up. After a few good picks and saves from our supports, shout out to our boy Kibbs and our boy Winter.
Yep.
Big fans of our backline.
Now, your support classes, Kibbs and Winter. Winter being a veteran player, Kibbs being a first-time freshman. These guys are really the unsung heroes. They can do a little damage, but mostly they are keeping the heals. They're all the green numbers. Without them, we can take no risks. Without them, we can't recover from mistakes. They are here to smooth over those cracks. Tell us a little bit more about the specific roles in support players. There's a flex support. There's a main support. What's the difference, and how would the viewer know?
So main support is your big healer people, your main people that stick with your tank, people like Mercy, Lucio, things like that pump out a lot of healing or do a lot of different things very well. Your flex support are people that can flex between the different people of the team, so they can flex between the tank, the DPS, do different maneuvers, things like this, and they have a little bit less healing. Overall, both are really important and both are needed when playing Overwatch. Cannot be overstated the importance of both.
It looks like CIU is going to fill out this first diamond. Once we win this contest, that overtime meter will drop down. We'll fill that first diamond, and then we're going to have a checkpoint teleport, and we have to find it again. Team kill. Well done, CIU, getting the first diamond.
As you see, we all migrate to the next one, trying to try to get there first.
But there is a cooldown. So once it relocates, there's about a 30-second timer before you can actually occupy it. But if you find the other team, you can engage with them ahead of time.
Get an unsung advantage like they do now.
What is happening?
Team kill.
CIU Overwatch Gold cleaning house with UHD tonight. That was a really, really aggressive start, and we see the percentage is already ticking up. Well done, Rams.
This is what I was talking about earlier about the quickness and the fast pacedness of team comps in this are super deadly. Quick pick for our guy Sugman. Zest with the hyper aggression into the enemy team.
Wow.
Almost another team wipe.
Yep, 3 out of 5. Super aggressive play from CIU Overwatch Rams. Our percentage timer is clicking up fast. We are about to fill out the second diamond in this flashpoint match. Hopefully we'll go 3 for 3 and move on to the next. And that's the second diamond, completely uncontested. Now, as it relocates, Sabbatical, if we get this third diamond, will the other team have an opportunity, or is this map just one?
This map is for CIU if they get this last diamond.
And then that will conclude our best of 5 against UHD. We'll have a couple moments to speak with CIU Overwatch Gold Captain Zest, get a little bit of his perspective on what took place here and what his hopes are for the NACE Star League conference this coming fall. We've already engaged 2 seconds before it's unlocked.
That's with an early pick. 3 early picks.
Wow. And there's the team kill. Where's that percentage
so early, but UHD has yet to touch the point at all, thanks to CIU's suppression. It's not looking too hot for UHD here.
That is a lot to recover from. It's one thing to fight your best and get really, really close like we saw in the last map, but this map has been terribly one-sided. Emotionally, that takes a toll on you. It's really, really discouraging. It makes it very, very difficult to recover late game from something like this.
Hold on. UHD might be able to hit the point finally this round.
Are we seeing a rally Sabbatical? Is that what I'm looking at right now?
I might have spoken too soon.
UHD said, not today. You can't have it that fast, that early. We're going to take a piece of this pie back. That's what you're seeing right now. Blue side is ticking up because UHD is occupying that checkpoint. Right now, it is hardly occupied, but it is still enough to be ticking up that percentage.
UHD actually has a super huge advantage here, having control of the point, and with almost more ults than CIU.
UHD making an aggressive rally, already surpassing CIU's percentage.
Almost a contest for Winter on the UHD Reaper. We like to see the aggression. UHD gets their first point in this.
CIU still ahead 2-1. A great comeback. Just when we were saying how discouraging, how disparaging it would have been to have lost those first 2 points that fast, UHD turns it back around on the CIU Esports Rams. We suddenly have a match.
It could get really exciting here.
The point of interest, the objective, will unlock to be occupied in 2 seconds. We will see how these percentages climb.
Another huge ult from Zest.
Good to see you.
Almost
And another near team
kill.
wipe. Well, there it was.
There it goes. Another team wipe for CIU.
Hi. Hello.
Good to see you. Hi.
We must be waiting for blue team to get back here. There's a little bit of a lull. The CIU red team is, CIU gold on the red side of this match, still ticking up. Currently on our way to winning the 3rd point and the series and the match for tonight against University of Houston downtown.
CIU trying their best to hold onto the objective, with UHG using a lot of their ultimates to take it back. UHG captures the point here, is finally getting their percentage up on this point.
You know, it's interesting to me, Sabbatical, as a non-Overwatch player, that when you lose the point, your percentage doesn't fall back down. Are there any contexts where your percentages drop?
Your percentage actually does not drop in any of the game modes in this. The only
Okay.
thing that would ever drop would be payload and would move backwards. Other than that, all your percentages stay.
We may have a second point here for UHD, bringing back the rally in this third map. They are fighting their darndest to bring it back off of CIU, who came out very, very strong in this Flashpoint map.
UHD has for sure rallied and has come up with different strategies to deal with CIU. However, it looks like it will be the final fight for CIU and UHD here, as CIU gets the final diamond.
Your CIU Overwatch Gold team, their very first NACE match of the season against University Houston Downtown. We take the W, we take the win. Great job, CIU Overwatch Rams. Now, if you are just joining us, show some love in chat. We're so proud of our Overwatch team and their hard work and their commitment to the excellence that you've seen on screen here. Please, if you haven't already, consider joining subscribing on YouTube, following us on Instagram and TikTok. We would love to have your support there. That's the best way to support your CIU Esports Rams, is to show us those likes, to engage with us in chat. Tell these guys how hard they're working and just how great and thankful we are. We'll be back in just a few seconds to get a few words from CIU Overwatch Gold Captain Zest. We'll be right back. All right, guys, Crab Clown Jimmy here, head esports coach for CIU Columbia International Rams. With me, CIU Overwatch Gold Captain Zest, who you got to see perform and participate in leveling a lot of team kills here. Zest, tell us what happened tonight against UHD.
I don't know. We just kind of like came out in what we practiced and like came out in that first comp, played fair against the enemy team, and did really, really well on that. We came out and started with that. We started just beating them. They really were like a brawl team. So we played really, really well into them. Throughout the course of the matches, it became obvious like that they were like a pretty decent team. So we had to respect them a bit more throughout the process, kind of swap some of our comps throughout the next couple maps, And eventually we kind of just figured it out and pulled out the win as a team.
We saw the first two maps go pretty smoothly. However, that third map, it looks like UHD started to rally right there at the end, getting a point during Flashpoint. What do you think contributed to that?
Honestly, like there were some individual mistakes, but Flashpoint has always been something that can like easily flip back and forth. So you make one small mistake and the enemy team just kind of presses their ultimate button, and then all of a sudden the game is flipped and it looks like everything's all out of control. But we never lost composure as a team. We knew how it was going to go and just kind of pushed forward, built our ultimates, and won the next fight.
Zest, I wish you could have heard Sabbatical singing your praise. It was fun to watch you and the gold team just really, really showcase what you've been practicing for. As you admitted, you've put a lot of effort into this. It's clearly shown. UHD took the L tonight, and you guys really, really, really shined. And I'm very, very blessed to get to see that unfold. As NACE unfolds really for the next 6 or 7 weeks, how do you anticipate it going, and what are you guys doing to prepare for it?
We're really hoping to pull out another undefeated season, just as we did in spring. I really think that we have the talent to do so. I think that with Kibbs added to the roster, there's a lot of potential for us to move forward and do even better than we did in spring. As NACE goes forward, I really think that that's our number one goal. It's just to stay composed as a team, keep practicing, keep everybody locked in. I don't know. I don't think there's anything more to it than that. Just keep growing as a team, keep putting in the hours week by week, and I'm excited to see how far we can go.
Well, you heard it here, guys. CIU Overwatch Gold anticipating running another undefeated regular season at NACE, planning our trip to the playoffs. My name is Crab Clown Jimmy. I have been joined by Blue Team Captain Sabbatical for your commentary tonight. If you haven't already, follow us on those socials. We have loved getting to serve you and to showcase CIU Overwatch Gold's first win for fall 2023. We'll be back on next Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Be sure to come see us, give your boys a high five, and pray for us as we engage on this season. Crab Clown Jimmy and the Overwatch team signing off.